Hello, guys. Welcome back. Today we talk about marijuana and how it ruined my life. Like at times, there's things that I have to pay for, and I don't even pay for those things. Instead, I pay for marijuana. Like, my priorities are completely fucked up, and that's because of the addiction. I don't blame the marijuana. I mean, I have to take some accountability for for smoking that shit. But in the moment, like, I mean, I mostly do it because I do it to try and escape from the monotony of life and the lack of success, the lack of it's mainly the lack of success. It makes me feel like I don't have anything to worry about. I can just relax and just not think about anything. Just relax and enjoy the moment. It helps me relax and enjoy the moment. Like, it helps me sleep. I feel less anxious on it. I feel more happy when I smoke marijuana. My mood's a lot better. I find things a lot more interesting. Like, it's a drug that can make or break you, but it's not gonna break you. It's uh, there's been times where I ran out of marijuana and I would fucking grab the fucking grinder. I mean, this is my grinder, and I would grab the grinder. I would fucking slam the shit like over here and like really try and get every single paw of the resin out. Every paw of the resin out. I would get this fucking spoon and just scrape the bottom of this grinder like crazy, and just try and like scrape everything out, all this resin, scrape it out, dump it on the table, and put it in my pipe and smoke it, and those are the times when you run out of marijuana and you don't have any money left, so you're kind of like you need that high and you're constantly chasing that high constantly. There's something I learned about marijuana addiction is that chasing that high is a fruitless endeavor. It's you're never gonna have the same high from the first time you smoke. The first time I smoked, actually, I didn't really feel anything. I think it's because the first time you inhale marijuana, I think your body is not used to THC, so you don't absorb it all the way. The second time you use it, I think that's when your body absorbs it. Because I don't know, like there's some kind of genetic disposition to it, and there's some kind of scientific reason for it. But the THC doesn't really get absorbed by your body like 100%. And the marijuana addiction, I mean, it has ruined my life. Like, it's ruined my relationships with my father. It's ruined my relationships with my family. My family were cunts anyways. Like, honestly, I don't really feel bad about that. The relationships that I've burned, to be honest, I don't really care about that shit. The only thing that I feel that I maybe like did a disservice to myself because I just didn't I just didn't focus on my goals and really reach the goals that I wanted to reach, and like everything that I do, like it's so less efficient. Like, I get lazy, I don't want to do the work. I just get so fucking lazy on that shit when I use marijuana. Like, I don't want to do anything. My motivation goes through the window. Like, and it's not a good substance. I think it's a bad idea. I should smoke a lot less. It's a bad habit for sure. But it's an addiction, and I mean, what can you do? I mean, I haven't smoked in a while, and obviously, when I get my YouTube check, I'm probably gonna buy some weed. But I just don't know how to. It's not that I'm just controlled by this drug. It's just it's not that I feel controlled by it. I feel fine, but life is just so fucking boring without it. It just feels so uninteresting. I just find it a lot more fun when I smoke marijuana. Like, it's just so much more interesting. And I mean, masturbating is pretty cool too when you're on marijuana. Like it does kind of like help you get off. And there's just so many things that it kind of makes you feel better and stuff. But because you feel like with in my situation, like I just don't. I'm not in a good situation. I'm not in a good space in my life right now. Like there's just so many things fucked up, and this is fucked up. That's fucked up. Like even the tuition fees. Like I'm having problems paying the tuition fees for my university. Like and there's another fuck up, and then I fucked up with my laptop. I got it fixed, but I just fucked it up, and then I got it fixed, and that cost money, and then I have so many fines by the ballasting things and this and that. So it's like I just want to escape from reality. Like I don't want to live in the real world because the real world is just fucked up. I don't have anything in the real world right now. Like I'm just in a mountain of debt. I mean, I guess I'm not in too much debt. If I add everything together, it's probably going to be less than 400 euros. Nah, I'd probably be at almost 1,000 euros. But I'm only in 1,000 euros of debt. I mean, that's not that much debt, I guess. I guess it's not that much debt, but it's substantial. And then when you're in that much debt, and then there's expectations for you to finish university, I have to pass this degree, and there's just so much pressure, and then you just want to escape using that drug because everything else is fucked up. Everything else is completely fucked up. So it's like, what's the point? I might as well just use this drug for me to escape from reality, but it's only a temporary solution though. Like it doesn't really solve anything. You get on the drug, and then you once you get off, like you're like, okay, then you're chasing the next high, and then you're chasing the next high, and then you're chasing the next high, and then on and 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 on, and it just keeps going on and on and on in an endless circle. So the drug obviously doesn't. Obviously, I know that smoking marijuana is not gonna fucking solve my problems. I know that it's not gonna solve my problems. I don't smoke it because it's gonna solve my problems. It just helps me from. It just helps me to just escape from the reality that is called life. Like even it's been like all throughout these years, like it's always been just a fuck up. I've always been a fuck up though. All my life I've been a fuck up. All my life I've been a fuck up. A classic fuck up. GCSEs, A levels, always my parents pushing me to become better, telling me I'm a disappointment, telling me I'm worthless. Like when you're told all of these things when you're growing up, like it kind of does have a detrimental impact on your mental health when you're growing up. Like you feel like you're worthless. You actually take that information to heart by your parents. Like when they tell you that you're nothing, and they keep telling you that you're worthless. And it was mainly my dad. Like he was the one telling me that I was worthless and full of shit, and I'm lazy. I guess I am lazy. He's right, but he's not all the way right. There's a lot of things that he was wrong about me, you know, and yeah, it just takes control of your life. But at the same time, even if I try to solve everything in my life, and I fucking try to solve it, I just wouldn't be able to solve it. I'm just in a mountain of debt. Well, I mean, calling it a mountain of debt isn't really appropriate because I'm not in debt with the health insurance. I've paid that. I'm just in debt with the ballasting fees because I didn't do my fucking quarterly declarations on my VAT taxes and stuff. And then they give you like exorbitant high like fines and shit. 68 euros, then they give you 385. I filed objections and I wrote letters to them, and I filed objections and I told them that there's misunderstanding, blah blah blah, and they yet to come back to me. But I don't know, it just feels like you're just drowning, and you can't get out of that pool. Like you're stuck in the deep end and you're just drowning, and there's literally no way out. And then the marijuana kind of helps you, like it kind of helps me metaphorically. Like it feels like this. It feels like I'm drowning in water. I'm drowning in this pool, and the marijuana is is the only thing that's helping me stay afloat. And then once I stop using it, I just go back in the water and I keep drowning. And there's literally no end. There's no end in sight. It's just drowning, 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 drowning. I'm just drowning in the water in the deep end. There's no way out. Like, there's literally no way out. I'm in a hole and I just can't get out of that hole. What can I do? Can I climb out of the hole? Maybe, 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 maybe not. And it just feels hopeless. The situation feels hopeless. All the cards are stacked against me. It's just everyone's against me. Everyone's against me. Everything and everyone is against me. There's no breaks. There's no slack. There's no breaks. Nothing. Everybody's against me. I got so many. Like, when the cards are stacked against you, like, everything is stacked against me. It's me against the world. Nobody's with me. It's me by myself. And yes, I've given you all of the reasons why I use marijuana. This is the reasons. Told you the full breakdown. It's just life just kind of feels like a hopeless endeavor. You try and you try and you fail and you fail and you fail and you keep failing and you constantly fail. I mean, granted, I took care of the VAT. I dissolved my company with the KVK, the Kamer van Koophandling, which is what you call it in Dutch. I already dissolved my company, so I guess that's a positive. But other than that, it's just I'm drowning in the deep end, and there's literally no way out. So yeah, that's just how I feel, and that's why I use marijuana. Told you everything. Is it about, and then if you guys say, oh, is it about your relationship with your dad or your mom or your family? I don't think it has anything to do with that. It's mostly financial reasons that I smoke marijuana, and then the marijuana costs money, and then that puts me even more in debt, puts me even more of a hole. So yeah, it's just I'm in the deep end. Yeah, there's probably a way out. Like, I'm only like, what, 1,000 euros in debt or something like that. Not more than that, I guess. But it just feels overwhelming, extremely overwhelming. Like, you just can't get out of this. You just fuck. Like, you're like, fuck. What do I do, man? Like, how do I get out of this hole? I'm not a criminal, so I have no criminal things against me. But it's just such a big hole. Like, there's no way out. And I'm just stuck, and there's literally no fucking way out. There's no way out. There's no way out. It's just empty wasteland, and I'm just stuck in one place, never gonna expand. Just feels hopeless, and that's why I use marijuana, to try and escape from the hopelessness of reality. That's why I do it. And if everything was perfect and I had no debt, I mean, I mostly have no debt. The only debt I have is with the Belastingdienst because of those little cunts. And there's no other debt that I have, really. Yeah, I'm pretty much free of debt outside of the Belastingdienst. I already filed the M forms, I filed the VAT declarations, I did everything. I tried to take care of it all, but yeah, it's just fucked up. There's nothing I can do. Like, how much money? Almost 1,000. Almost. And they took away my tax returns too. They used it to pay for my fines. So 700 euros gone for fines. And then I got more fines, even more after that. Like, there's just no end in sight. I've already filed objections to everything, but I just don't see light at the end of the tunnel. There is no light at the end of the tunnel. It's just more tunnel.